Take one, Windsor Dalton.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our friend, a blogger, a stylist extraordinaire.
Oh.
Let me do this again, just because it's amazing. Windsor Dalton. Laura, you can go first because I know you're dying to ask him this.
Yes, we have 15 questions.
Okay.
My first question is, what's with the best name of America? Windsor Dalton, you're either the most famous human, a model,
A politician.
You own the
All of
nation's
the
capital,
Williamsburg.
Washington. Tell me, how did you get your name?
So my name is actually my godfather's last name, and everyone called my dad by his last name Dalton, and my godfather by his last name Windsor. And my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, I love that."
That's
So
good.
my name became.
And I love it too, Windsor
Thank you.
Dalton.
Number 2. So, Windsor, can you wear white pants all year round?
You absolutely cannot wear white pants all
What?
year round. I'm
Is this wait a minute, what if you live in California?
doesn't matter.
Okay, so we need to know when can you start and when do you stop?
Yeah.
Easter and Labor Day, always.
That feels very
Yeah.
Windsor Dalton East Coast to me.
You might think that, but the
You'd be
rule
wrong.
is the season is there, and technically white pants aren't really even any more like temperate than if you were wearing black. Even if maybe if you're in direct sun, but
I thought that
they
white
don't
was
breathe
like
any better.
also a new black.
No.
This is such.
You could do like a
This is
winter
bad
white
news.
and wear all white, maybe.
Wait, so if you're gonna do white, you gotta go all white?
All out.
Like monochromatic, head to toe.
Yeah, that you could do in winter.
I don't like this answer. Go to question 3.
Oh, sorry.
Windsor showed up in my. Whew,
Are they
I
on?
love them.
They're on.
Gucci loafers.
Take them off.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. So he's wearing the slides. I have been contemplating, do I buy the loafer or do I buy the slide? If I'm gonna choose one, what am I gonna invest in? The loafer or the slide?
That's
This
a great
is
question.
a really hard
Yeah.
question.
I would say definitely go for the slide because
Okay.
Gucci is so inventive, and I feel like if you're going to make an investment in it, make it with a statement piece. So a loafer is so common, and if people don't recognize the buckle or something like that, it's kind of just plain Jane. But the slide is something
Good
that's
point.
so different, and it makes an outfit, and I feel like, excuse me, I feel like
You're
it's worth
excused.
it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're gonna say you should have both.
Oh, you should, but you
But
said pick one. So.
I know. I mean, in my mind, I already have both of them.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one.
Or just go to double discount day at Saks and
What?
And
When's
buy
that?
both.
I'm sorry, when's that? Tell everyone.
Double discount day is kind of a secret, but you have to know an employee, and they get double discount points. And then if you have like a Saks card, you get points on all your tax money you spent. So
Oh,
it's even
so
better.
what's the date again?
They change it every year.
How are we
Oh.
going to find out about this?
You just ask someone at Saks, become friends with them. Yeah.
Anyway, enough with the loafers. Next
Okay.
question.
What would you tell your 20-year-old self? Oh, wait. You are your 20-year-old self. What would you tell your 15-year-old self?
My 15-year-old self.
You can also be 14 or 16.
Okay,
Give or take.
14 to 16 within those
6
years.
months.
I would probably say be yourself, because
Oh, I
I
love
think
that.
when
That's
you're
good.
a teenager, especially like when I was, I think you're just kind of like forced to fit a mold. And I think when you grow up, you realize that not fitting in a mold makes you a successful person. So I think at that age, if you could be confident enough to be different, it's super important.
I like that.
I
a
Yeah.
like
lot.
that too. With every Tom, Dick, and Harriet having their own blog, how do you make yourself different? How do you stand out in this crowd of people on social media?
That's a good question too. So I feel like that kind of goes back to the what would I tell myself? I never try to follow trends. Sure, like the slides or certain pieces I do appreciate and I will give into those, but I try to stick to a unique style that's mine, and I see things or get approached by brands all the time that I might like and can appreciate for someone else, but for me, I feel like it doesn't fit that mold that I'm trying to create. So if I can't create that in an image or in an outfit, I just don't get involved with it. I think you've got to stick to what makes you you, and if some people hate it, they're gonna hate it, but it's your
Being
style.
authentic.
Mhm.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Realness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real.
Yep.
What store should you not be allowed to go into because you cannot control yourself?
Well, high and low, Saks, I cannot control myself in high. For a high
Especially on
store.
double days.
Yeah, on double discount days. But low store, honestly, probably Forever 21. They actually have
Ooh.
great men's stuff, and it's so cheap. It's like $7 for everything. So then I go to the register and have like 900 items and just get in trouble.
They're like
Good.
$109.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I buy stuff from there too, and I'll like cut it up, like all kinds of stuff.
Of cutting shit up.
Yeah.
What?
I-
What do you mean?
I bought a pair of long pants. They were
Yeah.
actually from Zara, but
Okay.
and I cut them into shorts, and then I stripped the long parts of the legs to make a bandana to match my shorts.
That's so like Rambo of like the millennials.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hot.
Rambo.
Speaking of hot, why don't you go to the next question?
But we aren't really sure how you fit into CLIQ. But you're such a babe and you're
We
a
don't care.
trendsetter.
How do you think you fit into CLIQ?
Well, I
He
fit in
spent the day
perfectly
with us
between
now.
these two beautiful women here, so that's one way I fit
A
in.
plus, Windsor Dalton.
Two, I think you guys are expressive and creative and have an appreciation for fashion and lifestyle, which I feel like goes right along with my brand. So
Thank you.
Yes.
there you go.
Good answer.
Thank you.
In your photos, you look super tan. Is that real or fake?
It is real.
I
Yeah.
knew it.
I'm
so
not that tan
annoyed.
right now, but I do tan super, super easily because I have like dark features. So if I'm in the sun for like an hour, I get really dark.
That's
Ugh.
so annoying.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Okay, what is your guilty pleasure?
Oh, that's a big question. I have so many guilty pleasures.
Ooh, I figured
Um,
that was the case.
Not surprised.
Food, my guilty pleasure is anything sweet. I love any kind of gummy candy, any sour candy. I can eat 10 bags of it. Alcohol, guilty pleasure is tequila.
Oh.
It's my favorite. And then I would say treating myself, like splurging on stuff, I'm fine one way or another to deserve something.
Who's your biggest fashion inspiration?
So I would say a brand I relate to the most is Scotch and Soda.
Oh, they're
Cute.
so
Yeah,
good.
I think they do a really amazing job of combining casual and kind of funky wear with things that you could also, you know, be taken seriously and wear to like a dinner or an event or something like that. For an individual, I would say it's kind of basic, but Tom Ford I think is so inspiring.
So,
I just think he's creative and he's kind of taken a new mold on the idea of a luxury item, and I think
agree.
that's just an amazing quality to have.
and he's always classic, even though he
Mhm.
ventures into different.
And speaking of a babe,
Ugh.
Such a babe.
Do you think there are certain items in someone's wardrobe that they should have?
Yeah, I think that's 100% true. For me, I would say my like go-to have-to-have pieces are a great pair of jeans, navy and black, and I think a really, really nice white t-shirt. Because
couldn't
white
agree more.
t-shirts can be worn, I mean, for girls, you can do like a high-waisted pant and a belt and like some amazing jewelry in a bag and you're ready to go to a cocktail party. For guys, you can wear it, you know, like on a motorcycle, you could wear it to the beach, you could wear it to dinner under a blazer. There's so many things you can do with a white t-shirt. I think it's so important to have just one amazingly crisp, tailored white t-shirt.
I love it.
I do too.
Yeah, that's a good one. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is hearing people chew. I literally will hang the phone up on people. If someone starts eating when I'm on the phone, I'll hang the phone up. I can't physically hear it, like thinking about it makes me want to itch right now.
Okay.
Drives me
You
crazy.
knew that, right?
Yep.
Right away.
What's one thing you really want people to know about you that you think they don't know?
I would like people to know that I actually do work super hard. I think so many people get this clouded view of judgment through social media that everything is just this glamorous life and you're going from one cool location to the next, which you are, but it's a lot of work and people, I think, underestimate the time you spend in setting up your equipment, editing stuff, putting your gallery together, writing blog pieces, and it all adds up. I mean, I used to say when I first started this, I was like, should I just get a part-time job? Because I would make way more money doing that, the amount of time I spent. But it was something I believed in and something I really wanted to be a part of, so just gave it my all.
Kind of leads into what my next question for you is going to be is, how do you make money in this?
Yeah, so you can make it a few different ways. It kind of depends on what your focus is. I focus more on like lifestyle and clothing. So people with a certain clothing brand will say, hey, we feel like your following would really react well to this. So they'll send me a shirt or pants or whatever, and you negotiate a price that you feel is fair for the amount of work you'll put into that.
Okay.
And you post it, they approve it, and they pay you. Yeah.
What are other ways that bloggers
Yeah.
or social influencers can make money in your type of genre?
Yeah, so you can make money off advertisements on your website. So if you have a blog that people are regularly reading, any kind of brand that, again, is relative can put an ad just like on YouTube or anything on your website. You can also get paid to go to events and store openings, things like that, just to show your face. And then beyond that, it's just, even if it's not a piece of clothing, I know people that do, sponsored trips, like come stay at this new hotel and tell everyone how amazing the hotel is. And they just pay for all your travel and they pay you to do it.
That sounds super dreamy, and I
Yeah.
can see what's happening, or that
Yes.
people are like, that's what I want to do.
That's-
But what's also the down and dirty in this? Because it's
Yeah.
not just
It's not just
glitz
traveling.
and glamour
Yeah,
and
no.
travel.
One of the biggest parts of this that's hard is I think you really have to have a creative eye to start this, because the amount of money I've invested in technology for it to make these amazing videos and pictures, whether it be a drone or a new camera, a new lens, it's a lot of money, but you can't just, some people might, but I couldn't just go out and buy all that at once. So I started out with my iPhone, and then from there I invested in a really cheap old Canon and learned to use manual settings on a DSLR. And then from there I upgraded to a nicer camera and then kind of kept going. So working through that struggle, because if you have amazing equipment in an amazing location and you're gorgeous, anyone can look amazing.
Yeah.
That's not hard. What's hard is
True.
building up that brand, making it something legitimate and look amazing with the tools that you have.
And being consistent, right?
Mhm.
You have to be consistent. It's something all day, every day
Yeah.
that you have to be posting and
Mhm.
not neglecting your audience. You don't take weekends off.
Yeah. My Instagram does not go 24 hours without having some activity on it, ever.
Really?
Really.
Is your desert island beauty product one thing you cannot live without?
Yeah, it is.
I would say coconut oil. Use
Well,
it
we
everywhere.
all know how I feel about coconut oil.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could expand on that question,
Yeah.
but we'll just
Keep it family
leave it
friendly.
there. Yeah. What do you think about Carrie and I's outfits? Do you like them? Do you feel like we're looking the cutest, or like what?
You are both looking the cutest. One, I also love that we just spontaneously coordinated,
No,
which
look at
really
this.
did happen.
I
Did
know.
you
Yeah.
ever even
Could not have
create that on
planned
Instagram?
But
It's at the Palette of Dreams.
Yeah.
The palette of dreams.
I love that.
You're gonna have to ask another question based on
I
that.
know.
What's like the one thing you see that people do? You may call it a fashion faux pas or whatever you want. That like, as a stylist or a blogger, makes you be like, oh, cringe.
For girls, it's rompers. Most
Stop! Wait, I am
Wait, I
so
have to
pissed
finish.
right now. You
My
haven't
white
seen any of my
jeans.
rompers.
Me neither, because mine are
I've
amazing.
I'm so annoyed.
I'm gonna wear
send
white
you all of
jeans
my-
and a romper on top of it next time I see
Wait,
you.
Me
wait,
too.
wait.
In December.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me finish.
On
Rompers
Easter.
on bodies of girls that are not meant for rompers.
But rompers, there's something about it that's so
Effortless?
effortless and easy.
He doesn't
Yeah.
agree.
I think rompers can look amazing, but I think that's one of those things that not everyone can pull off. And if you
Okay.
can't pull it off, you really can't pull it off. And when you can, you really can.
Whatever.
So,
You didn't
Fine.
expect to get attacked about that one, but what about for guys?
Yeah.
for
We
guys,
can't yell at you about
I
that, I
know.
don't think. We'll see what you say.
What about the sleeveless?
Like tank
Like a
tops?
tank top?
Hate tank tops. That's another thing I hate.
What if your body's amazing?
Yeah. What if
well,
the buys
take
are
your
going?
shirt all the way off then.
Oh,
Don't wear a
I'm
tank
not
top.
opposed to that.
For guys, I would say pants and jackets that fit. I hate seeing guys with jeans
Same.
too long that are not rolled up and they're just clogging at their ankle, or a blazer that is so misfitting. They either look like
Agreed.
they're dressing up in their grandpa's clothes or they
Right.
grew out of their clothes
Agreed.
from last summer.
Totally agree. What about like the best choice to look thinner and slimmer? Go.
That I think is where the white t-shirt comes back in. I think a good white t-shirt with, you can tuck that into jeans, that's super slimming. I think if you're like feeling like overweight, you can put a jacket on it and your like front and midsection will still look smoothed out because white doesn't really shadow very well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Is there like a brand of white t-shirts that you think are the best?
I actually have one of my favorites is from H&M. It was like $12. It's amazing.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Who, if you could get your hands on somebody to style, anybody, it could be like a celebrity, a politician, who would you like to snag away and give them a little,
Is this someone that looks bad now?
I don't
Or
know.
just someone in general?
It could either be someone that you love and you just want to work with, or someone that you're like, you need a makeover.
I think I would do Johnny Depp. I think he has such an effortless and amazing look that's so unique, and I think he can pull off so many things your average guy cannot.
Yeah.
And I would love
Good
to be
point.
able to experiment and like see how far you could push the limits with someone like him.
I'd also like to see how far I could push the limits with Johnny Depp.
I
I agree.
Wouldn't
think that's
you?
a really valid point. Turns out Windsor's onto something.
Turns out, Windsor, do you have any questions for us?
Is it happy hour yet?
Yes, it is! With that, we're out of here. Windsor Dalton for the win.
Windsor for the win.
Windsor for the wow.